this video, I'm going to show you how to install noForth on the MSP430 G2553. I'll leave a link to this board below. And I'm going to show you how to blink an LED. At the end of the video, I'll explain this. But we can just manipulate the ports and we can turn on and off an LED. So at the end, I'll explain how this works and how we can create a word. And I'll show you how to install this. To get a copy of noForth, you're going to head on over to this website. They have versions for the MSP430, RISC-V, and RP2040. So the MSP430 is kind of famous for low power. And that's what I'm using this for. And it says that, you know, the noForths that use low power are going to be marked with a dash. So I'll show you what that means later in the video. But you'll go on down here to the download section and you're going to download it for the MSP430 G2553. So you'll get the zip file, and you can also check out these other MSP430s. So if you're completely new to the MSP430, you can scroll down here and click on the MSP430 G2ET.pdf. And this is the launchpad board that I'm using that has the MSP430 G2553. And you can see a picture of it right here. So it says, you know, the MSP430, the board right here. So this is the EasyFet debug probe, which this top half is your programmer and debug tool. So what you can do is you can actually pop this chip off and put different MSP430s into this and program it. So that's what this 14 pin and 20 pin means. Some of these variants have, you know, 14 pins, or they have the full 20 pin setup like this 2553 has right here. So it's a really interesting board. You can, you know, pretty much program other MSP430 variants. And the jumpers right here, you scroll down, it'll show you how to set it up for noForth. And it'll talk about the digital I/O pins and a pinout. So I recommend checking this PDF out if you're new to the low power stuff in the MSP430. And also recommend clicking on the thing you call this Eagle Project MSP430. So this stands for Hedgehog. And it contains 50 examples of using this MSP430. So just click on that. If you scroll down, you can, you know, see the examples that they give. So for example, if you want to manipulate, you know, the port outputs or blink an LED, you'll just click on this and it will show you all the code that you need to blink or turn on an LED. So what I'm using this for is going to be the low power stuff. So they have all types of examples such as ADC, Bluetooth, and so on. So I'm just going to hit Control F, type in, you know, low power, and down at the bottom or close to the bottom, we've got our low power stuff down here. And this is what I'm using it for. So MSP430's kind of famous for the low power modes, and you can extend the life of your project if you put this on a battery. So it can last, you know, quite a long time compared to Arduino Nano or something like that. So I recommend checking out this page. It's pretty useful. After you have the noForth.zip file downloaded, you're going to want to have a tool to flash it to the MSP430. So that's where we need the UniFlash programming tool. And they have it for Windows, Linux, and Mac. So just select the one that you're going to use on your operating system. After that's downloaded, you're going to open up the executable and just click on Next. And for this, you're going to accept the agreement. So hit on Next, click Next on that. And this will take a few minutes to install. And next what we'll do is we'll just create a desktop shortcut and we'll launch UniFlash. So if you're just starting, this is kind of what it looks like. Next, what you're going to do is pull up UniFlash and you're going to plug in the MSP430, and you can click on detect my device or start now, and it will come up with this prompt, and you'll click on allow access. So once you do that, you can see, the board is already connected, but it says that it can't detect the exact model. So just click on this prompt right here, and you're going to select the MSP430 2GET. So click on that, and you can see, we got some check marks, so we should be good to go. So I'm just going to click on start, and I'll show you how to configure these settings. So before we flash, we need to select what we want to put on the MSP430. So we want to do the low power stuff. So we're going to select noForth MCV-. So that stands for the MSP430, and it stands for compact vocabularies, and the minus stands for low power. So you can see this stands for, compact with libraries, and the dash means it's a low power MSP430. It has those words. So you can read all about it there. That's what that means. So we'll just copy this, or actually we'll move it to the downloads folder. So I just copied it to the downloads folder right here. So I'll just minimize that. And before we do this, we'll come to settings and utilities. We're going to select erase main and information memory. So once that's set, you want to select that hex file. So just select the hex file, click open. All you're going to do next is burn it to the MSP430. So I'll just click on load image. So it's going to load it. And in a few seconds, we should have it burned to the chip. You should see down at the bottom, should say success program load completed successfully. So we're good to go. And what you want to do is you want to completely exit out of UniFlash, because if you don't completely exit out, it's going to try to communicate with the MSP430, and you won't be able to connect by Tera Term. So just go ahead and completely exit out of that, and you're going to come over to Tera Term, and I'm going to select the UART on COM4. So select that, click OK, and we should have something happen. So if you don't see anything happen, usually you didn't close out of the UniFlash program. So I'm going to just completely exit out of that. So I went back and completely exit out of UniFlash, and I unplugged the USB cable and plugged it back in. So we have a prompt. So what we'll do is we'll try to blink the onboard green LED. So what we'll do is we'll set the onboard green LED as an output by just writing 1 to that register, and you can write 1 and set this thing as an output to turn it on. So you can see the green LED lit up. To turn it off, write a 0 to 21, and that will turn it off. So we've got that up and running. I'm going to show you how to blink the red LED. Set this as an output, and you're going to write to 21, and you're going to write a 0 to turn off the red LED. So that's just a simple way to get up and running, just to see if you've got this working. So you can blink the red LED or the green LED by setting it as output and writing a 1 to the register to turn it on and a 0 to turn it off. So I'm going to show you how to write a word to blink the LED. So next I've written a simple word called blink, and we're going to set it as output. We're going to wait 100 milliseconds. We're going to turn it on, wait 100 milliseconds, turn it off. And whenever we hit any key on the keyboard, it should stop it. So just click enter and type in blink. And you can see that we're just blinking the LED. So whenever we hit enter, it will exit the program. and we can just keep developing from here. So that's just kind of an introduction to burning and flashing this low power stuff on the MSP430. And if you like this video, like, subscribe, and let me know what you think.